Yes, we're here live with Jean-Philippe Loisel and Vincent Van Vitt. We're here today, and we're going to speak to you about how to start your life as an entrepreneur in 2020. What are the steps that you do, and what are the challenges that you're going to be going through when you're going to be an entrepreneur in 2020. As you see, I have a new microphone here, and it just fell on me, but I'm here live with you. This is the things that happen when you become an entrepreneur. You have to find a solution. I'm finding a solution to holding this mic right now like this. Jean-Philippe, I'm enthusiastic and full of energy to be with you right now, right here. So what are the characteristics of an entrepreneur, Jean-Philippe?
Well, there's a lot of characteristics, and as we said, we're going to do it in English and a bit in French.
Oui.
I think the goal is to do it bilingual for the people of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, as we just said. I think you need a lot of stuff actually when you start. It could be like a fantasy to say you're going to start as no matter what business, or you're going to start as a realtor, as a mortgage broker, or anything else. Actually, you're going to face challenges, you're going to face difficulty, you're going to face problems. So I think you need discipline, you need consistency, you need to be determined, you need ambition, you need a lot of stuff. And I spoke to it in the past few times, and I think the 4-letter A accord to success as an entrepreneur. For example, how will you show up? Like, how are you going to be dressed? Are you going to be dressed like what you are? For example, I dress like a realtor, but if I was to be in another industry, for example, to sell other stuff, or to build product, or as a business that are producing other stuff, I might be dressed another way. So are you dressed how you're supposed to be? And then do you have the mindset? Do you have the attitude towards the goal? Are you smiling? Are you getting the same enthusiasm? No matter how hard it is, success is about going and going and going and going over and over and over again without losing one piece of enthusiasm. And then it's about, do you have the knowledge to do what you're doing? And then do you have the ambition to go and achieve your dreams? So I think it comes up to a lot of stuff, Vince, but tell me more. Let's put a bit of real stuff right now. When you started as a realtor, first, how did it start? And what kind of challenges did you face when you started?
Thank you, Jean-Philippe. Well, starting as a real estate broker at RE/MAX, I walked into the office with a V-neck black shirt, and I was just about to go sign my contract with the owner of the franchise. And I sat down, V-neck, nice shoes. And he said, well, what are you doing? You want to be a real estate broker and you're dressed like this? I'm like, yes, I'm going to be selling homes. And when you're going to an office at 20 years old and you're showing up with a V-neck, I got the reality straight to me. Go buy 3 shirts, go get a suit, and go buy 3 ties and start real estate every day in a suit and tie. And that actually really hit me, because when you start, I mean, people could go in jeans, that's fine, but attire is super important, and people are going to take you seriously when you're going and starting in any industry as an entrepreneur. Today, people wear blazers with a shirt. There's different ways that people look on it. That's fine too, but no jeans, suit, and shirt and tie is very important, So, what self-confidence that I need to start my career? What kind of ambitions, what kind of perseverance that I need, Jean-Philippe? I needed to adapt to the age also that I'm working with also. I'm not serving people that are 18 to 25 years old. I'm dealing with people that are between 30 years old and maybe 80 years old. So I had to adapt to those clients, and it made me mature so quick, Jean-Philippe, that, you know, that first year of real estate made me grow so much, you know, the trainings that I was doing and the people that I was connecting with, and it just made me grow. I felt like when I was at 20 years old, I felt like I was talking like someone like I was 40 years old almost, you know? So that's an aspect, Jean-Philippe, that we could go on talking a bit further, but how did you see it? What kind of hurdles did you have maybe starting out your career as a real estate broker?
I think we face a lot of challenges, but for me, starting as a realtor was a bit different. I started with Proprio Direct for 8 months. Then I went to Boulevard Immobilier for 8 months. And then for Remax, when you finally convinced me to go for Remax. And if I go back at Proprio Direct, it doesn't mean it's a bad banner or anything like that. I'm not talking about if it's good or bad. I'm just saying that when I started, I didn't have the same kind of support. I didn't have the same kind of people around it and say, you know what, I think you have to be dressed like this or like that. Yes, I did buy a suit when I started. I remember like it's yesterday. I bought a it was like a light beige suit. It was like I don't know how to explain it, but I don't feel
you still
like
have it,
I would.
Jean-Philippe? Do you still have that? I just have a question. Do you still have that suit?
I don't think so. I don't think. I would check. I will check because you know what? I think it's gonna make me laugh because I would never wear this over again today. So 10 years back, it's like for me it was like, wow, it looks great. I look older in this one because I wanted to get like, you know, an old like beige suit like from the 1980 a bit. So I looked around because I was at the M2 in the District. It's a place to buy suits or other stuff. And I went around and when I saw this, I said, you know what? I can picture myself being older wearing this because I don't want to look like 20 years old. I want to look like 40, as you said just before. So I wanted to look like older. I wanted to show like I was already there. And I had like house pictures of a big house on my computer background and other stuff. I wanted to show like I already did it. But the truth is, I didn't do it. I was in my parents' basement. I didn't have any money. I was overload of MasterCard debt. And you face a lot of things. I think you face confidence challenge and you get hit so many times that you have to get up every single time. And every day you're going to get hit. It's like, I'm not talking about physically hit. I'm talking about you're going to get mentally hit every single day. It's a bit like I have a coach that tell me you're a bit like a train, and that train will get hit. Rocks, you will get insects, will get all the kind of stuff. And it's a bit like the life of an entrepreneur. You're gonna get hit, and sometimes you're gonna need to stop. Sometimes you're gonna need to slow down. Sometimes you need to turn left or right. It's not a straight line. And I remember when I started, and I was facing like difficulty or problem or challenges every single day. But the most important challenge I was facing was I was facing problems in my head every single day. It was a bit like if my head was like compressed every single day, and I wanted to put it out and feel like stress-free, feel like I was going to make it, feel like, you know what, it's gonna work out. But I had to convince myself every single day, yes, it's gonna work. Yes, I'm gonna make it. I am a great realtor. I am a fantastic entrepreneur. I am a straight shooter. I am this, I am that, I am that. And I had to convince me every single day. I was driving in my car in the morning and I was doing it for at least 30 minutes. Because the thing is, you have to convince your mind, but when you have like very low confidence, you have to spend even more time to convince yourself to step up. Otherwise, you're going to stay there. And it takes so much energy to bring it up because you're fighting every single day the same kind of battles. But the battles comes over and over again every single day. It's not like you're going to have one day you're not going to fight. You're fighting, you're going in the ring, the box ring every single day. You're not going around and going to watch the show. You are the show. So I don't know if you felt a bit the same thing, Vince, because I was facing like, you know what, psychology was like being like, having like, c'était comme, tu sais, si on dit en français, c'était comme un workout de soldat, but mentally, like, it was like every time, every day, like, c'était-tu un peu ça pour toi, Vince?
Tu as frappé plusieurs points, Jean-Philippe, que ça me fait passer. Présentement, tu parles, puis je pense à tellement d'affaires qui viennent à ma tête. Tous les jours, il y a les obstacles. Puis dans ces obstacles-là, il y a plusieurs points que tu as dit que the challenges that you faced, the obstacles, the effort that you've been putting in, the criticism that you got, and also I also think the success of a lot of people around you and like, how do you step up your game? You know, you're looking at how people are doing it and you're saying, you know what? Well, you know, I'm able to perform at a better level. Just, it's not for the people around, but for yourself. You know, if you know that you could perform more than what you are doing and you see what's in front of you, you know, time to put the ego aside, time to step up, and, you know, time to be humble. And you said with the right ambition and the perseverance, you stepped every week, or it was starting per day, per week, per month, and then per year. And all of a sudden, 1 year's finished, hitting a certain level, Jean-Philippe. And I saw you go. And then after another level, and you're like, you know what? I'm able to do more for my clients. I'm able to do more for the community. I'm able to do more for my family, my friends, and the people around me. And then, boom, another level. All of a sudden, Jean-Philippe's top 25 Remax individual. The next year, top 15. The next year. Now, Jean-Philippe, you have a team. I'm part of it. I'm grateful for it. We have great agents with us. And, you know, we're stepping one step closer every day. So as an entrepreneur at any age, you want to start in the industry, what are we going to tell everybody right now? And we've been saying it for all the other all the other lives that we've been doing on Zoom, the 3 S's, Jean-Philippe. Could you explain the 3 S's? And this is so important. This is the juice. This year, if you're able to master these 3 S's, you practice them, you will work so well on yourself, and it will change your life. So Jean-Philippe, the 3 S's to success.
3 S's, and we learned this with Tony Robbins and Trevor McGregor, if you remember. 3 S's is state, story, strategy. It all comes down to your state. And when I'm seated, I mean, I can be seated here, can be seated here, can be seated like this. But what if I'm seated like very straight? You're going to breathe more properly. You're going to be more confident if you lift your head. Physiology is first. If you don't have the right physiology, you're screwed. Then you have to get the right focus. Focus on the fact that it's going to work out. Focus on the possibilities, not the problems. Visualize yourself going through these problems. Visualize yourself succeeding. Visualize yourself getting like the success cup or whatever, like how you want to say it, but visualize yourself succeeding every single day, because you will. The thing is, when you start, you face so many times that you don't succeed that you have to visualize yourself over and over and over again until you really succeed, until you succeed to the level you want. And then do you use the right language? Because inside your mind, our mind is a bit fucked up sometimes. The mind thinks like a lot of times negatively. They want to prevent you from having pain. Your mind doesn't want you to succeed necessarily. Your mind wants to protect you. Your mind wants to protect you from anything outside before you to be successful. So you have to redirect the language you're using inside your mind to make sure that every single time that it's going under the opposite way, you shift, boom, you bring it back. And you can put a voice to it, you can put a move to it, but you want it to be like instinctive so that when it goes right and it's supposed to go left, boom, it goes left. So that's like one thing you can use at home or whatever you're doing. I think it all starts down with your state. Then the story. What's the story behind it? What's the story you tell to yourself? Are you telling to yourself that you are a master of negotiation, or you are a person that has a strong mindset? What are you exactly telling to yourself? That you're too young to do it? You're too old to start? You're not strong enough? You don't have enough money? You're not physically fit enough to do certain stuff? Well, what are you exactly saying to yourself? Because these are just like limiting belief. These are just like excuses that you will not live to your full potential or to your dreams just because you have decided to let your brain protect yourself from the outside world. Because in order to be an entrepreneur, it means accepting that you're going to go outside your comfort zone on a daily basis. And it's going to hurt mentally first, but it's going to hurt every single day until your muscle is so strong that you cannot live without going outside your comfort zone. But until you get to that level, you're going to feel that pain every single day. You're just going to experience it to a different level later on. It's going to shift. It's going to be like it's part of the game. It's like it is the way it is, but I see like I get so much result from it. So I like so much the juice that this is just like something to do to get what I want actually. And then what's the strategy you use? Because even if you have the state, the story, but you have no strategy, you're gonna go forward, but you're not gonna necessarily go to your goal. You need the right strategy. You need the right plan. Because if you have no plan, you're gonna end up nowhere.
Like
Does that
Tony
make sense,
Robbins.
Vince?
Like Tony Robbins would say, Jean-Philippe.
Yeah.
He would say, when you keep it all in your head, you're dead.
Yeah.
So, and that's something that I relate to because sometimes I would keep everything in my head, Jean-Philippe, and you know me best, and I have ideas. I would get up overnight, write all my ideas down. It's like a sponge in my head. I have ideas every day, and I'm trying to implement so many things because I see it could work, you know? But sometimes when you keep it all in your head and you don't put it on paper, you can't focus to what is possible. So, you know, I just wrote some things when you were speaking, Jean-Philippe, you know, no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. And taking good risk is a very good thing, you know. Having the solution to the problem, you know, that's what and every single day we have problems and files or problems, but we're finding solutions. It's like we became so immune to it that it doesn't even bother us anymore because we're going to find a solution. And we have the mindset, we have the state, and we're telling ourselves the right story that we know we're going to be able to help those people in front of us or to help anybody around us. And then the third one I put will just have positive thinking going forward. And as an entrepreneur, you know, just being positive and putting those right actions in place and taking care of your emotions inside of your soul, you're going to advance. So there's four things also that I like to always, when I'm driving, when I'm getting up in the morning, you know, how's my soul set? How's my mindset? You know, how's my peace set? You know, so these ones here, you know, it all gets back to our physiology. So Jean-Philippe, with that being said, you know, I see that you're very flexible in what you were saying on certain elements, you know, flexible in the way you speak to clients, flexible in the way you are with a lot of people around you, of being more, you know, finding the solution to any problem, and you're finding and you're able to bring parties together. So there's a lot of work that was done on that end on your mindset, Jean-Philippe.
Yes.
So yeah. So with that being said, Jean-Philippe, could you just target one thing I find that's really important, what we were saying, the emotions, just to close it off with the emotions you need to have to become an entrepreneur?
Well, emotions is part of our life, and it's at the center of negotiation, of selling, but most importantly, it's where it all starts. It all starts in your mind, and what kind of feeling you have towards something. And the feeling can be twisted sometimes, because it's sometimes when you focus on a certain thing, you get a certain feeling. But what if you shift where you're focusing to go left? What you see give you other feeling. What if you go right? Where you focus your energy, you feel. So when you're in life, and I'll just make an example, because when I started, I did a lot of prospection, and I cannot say I was liking it. I wasn't. I was doing 50 calls a day, 50 calls a day. And for the people that did prospection, 50 calls is a lot. It was as if I was making calls for 4 to 5 hours a day. So doing this over and over again, without getting result the first week, second week, third week, and then I got a result. Imagine doing for 3 weeks, insane amount of work, no result in 3 weeks. And it's a bit the same thing, as I said, emotion. But emotion was like, oh, it's doing calls like this. This equals pain. But what if this equals success? This equals result. This equals me getting new confidence. This equals me exchanging with new people and helping them to achieve their goals, which is buying or selling a property. What if this was only an in-between from me to get to my goals, and this was necessary? What if I was not just focusing on the pain that I had, but most importantly, about the result I want to get and how I can get there? Yes, sometimes you can get some pain in the short term. And Lance Armstrong said it best. You may have pain, or you may experience pain for a second, a minute, an hour, a day, or a month, but eventually it will subside. It's gonna get on the side, and you're gonna face a new life. You're gonna experience the juice of life. And this is what it makes me, from seeing this as pain to this as possibilities. It's just a change of focus.
Creating a life by design, Jean-Philippe. So I'm going to explain just to everybody right now that what this means right here, what Jean-Philippe just said. We're going to close it off. It started with 0, and now it is diamond. So Jean-Philippe, you're 0 to diamond. That's what that means, what you just said. Your broken headset that you have, and you still have it, and you play around with it, and it's all taped up, and you're saying it's still good when you're telling me that you don't have to buy a new one because it's still good. That's the raw thing, and that's very humble of you. So that's what it is. 50 calls a day after 2-3 weeks, still not having results, not giving up, in his basement, crushing every single call, crying probably, but he made it happen. Jean-Philippe, to that being said, thank you very much for being on this call, having great experience with you on this call, creative, positive mindset going into this call, being humble, putting all ego aside, starting from 20 to now over 10 years in the industry, full of energy. It's time for new generation and time to change agents. Jean-Philippe, to that, merci beaucoup. À demain. Time to go work, time to go make calls.
Great job, Vince. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.